Hi friends! Today I am making a floral soap. You may have just noticed when I was pouring in the lye water solution there, today it is brown instead of clear. That's because instead of combining the lye with water, I actually used a really strong herbal tea mixture. The whole entire soap was inspired by the flowers that are going to go on top. I have tiny little dried, they're jasmine buds, and they're so perfect and tiny and white, and the whole entire soap came from that. I think, oh wait, you just missed the best part. Bloop. There it is. Nothing better in the world, really. I mean, it's perfect. Anyway, dried jasmine buds are going on top of this soap. And I completely worked backwards from the idea for this soap. I just needed a good color to go underneath these perfect white flowers, and purple seemed like it would be a really nice contrast, so purple it is. And then I went through my fragrance oils to find a good fragrance oil to go with purple soap. And I found one called Iris Kisses. And that just seemed kind of perfect. So here I'm mixing the lye into the oils until it got nice and thick. In soap making, this is called trace, because if you pick your spoon up out of the soap batter, the little bits of batter that drizzle back onto the surface kind of leave a line on top, or you can trace a design, like right there. You can trace a design onto the top of the soap, and that's called trace. You can have light trace, where it'll blend back in pretty quickly. Oh, now watch the color here. The color of the purple as I mix in that fragrance oil. The fragrance oil made it lighter, and that's just an example of all the weird things that happen in soap making. It slowed down trace. The soap was thicker. It's thinner. I'm checking the temperature because the temperature rises during saponification. Now, trace is accelerating here, and floral fragrance oils, like the one I'm using here, are infamous for thickening up very, very rapidly. I've had this happen to me twice before, where it thickened so fast you almost could not get it into the mold. Like there, look at how thick that is. It was liquidy just a few seconds ago. And it is now at very thick trace. The trace might not even be there. This is at plop stage. And that's fine. I got it into the mold just in time. Worst case scenario, you have what they call soap on a stick. It's where it saponifies so quickly, it just goes from a liquid in a bowl to a solid wrapped around whatever you're stirring it with. That's only happened to me once. It was an absolute disaster. Smelled beautiful, but it wasn't soap bars. Now here I'm trying to work out what's going to happen to the top of this soap, and I know what I want on this side. I want these nice smooth little scoops, but then how to get it up on the top there. The top is where I'm going to put the white flowers. Oh, I was going to tell you what all is in this tea that I used in the soap. It has chamomile flowers, lemongrass, spearmint leaves, tilia flowers, peppermint leaves, passion flower leaves, blackberry leaves, orange blossoms, hawthorn berries, and rosebuds. So all of that is part of this soap. And I'm gilding the little scooped outside with some gold mica dust. And then I did finally decide what to do with the top. Oh, I scooched the mold out of the frame. Well, you'll be able to see some of it. This is just a chopstick swirl. I kind of love how this turns out. It would be really nice if I'd scoot the mold back to the center though. Oh, now here we go. These are the flowers. Aren't they adorable? So I can get 4 bars of soap out of this mold. And so before I really position each individual bar's flowers, I'm kind of dividing out the 4 bars first. Soap making is good for anxiety, if for no other reason than that you have to focus on all of the nitpicky little details so much that you can't be bothered thinking about all the other stuff you're usually stressing over. Like if I want these 4 bars divided out evenly, I have to really focus on spreading out 4 sets of 3 little buds perfectly, and it still doesn't look even because this thing is not centered in the frame. Oh my gosh, that bugs me. Scoot it over. Hey, there we go. Okay, so the next day, we've got the shiny gilded side, and then the swirls at the top have the jasmine buds. Now I've taken off the little measuring bar from my wire cutter so that I can cut this loaf perfectly in half, and that'll let me divide up those 4 bars so that the flower buds are exactly in the center of each. And then having cut it in half, now I can divide up those so that each bar will look nice and even. And then this is just cutting off the little sliver that's always at the end of each loaf. I get to use those, or I give them away just as little samples. Doing the same thing to the opposite side. I love how these bars turned out. I love the color of the purple. The fragrance is divine. Cute little buds on top in a gorgeous shade. Iris kisses. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.